phase, if you will, as we learn about fish farming and things like that. So yeah, we're a few months in now. We've just harvested our first dam here, which is this one, as you can see right next to us. This is our first one we've just harvested, which went okay. I think we can do a lot better. And as you'll see, the next 6 dams here are all they're not full at the moment. The bottom one is empty, and this one is empty that we've just harvested, and we will start stocking them now in September as soon as it warms up and breeding picks up. It's still a bit cool, yeah. Exactly. So normally the breeding will start around September time, so that's when we'll be able to get access to more fingerlings and things like that. At this stage we don't have our own hatchery. As we learn about growing the fish and farming them to market size, as we learn and expand, that is when we will start looking at putting in our own hatchery. At the moment, financially wise, it doesn't make sense really to put up a hatchery while we are this small. So while we learn, and then our plan for expansion, if all goes well, we have another 5 hectares near the bananas that we plan to put dams in at a later stage, and then another between 10 and 15 hectares on this side of the farm that we would like to turn into fish dams should all go well. But yeah, let's go down there and I'll from a variety of sources. So we've got this dam that we've just harvested here with which we got from the Zongwe, again, the second dam you'll see we got from Livingston, from the third and the fourth dam are how old are these? They're still 5 months? Yes, between 5 and 6 months. They should be around 250 grams now. So they actually have quite good growth through the winter. As I said, the weather was good. So we've kept some here. That's what we're planning on. Probably the fastest. But from a cash flow, but that's what we want to follow on the store now, because the stocks are so high. I want to harvest them smaller so that there'll be some wind. I think we'll make what is kind of way. Ross, you wanna? Yeah. So I'll just explain the aeration quickly. So I've just turned it off. That was the machine you could hear. What it basically does is we've got pipes underneath us, and that machine will blow air through those pipes into a small grid underneath it with very small pipes, and that creates a lot of oxygenation. I'll turn it back on when we finish, just so you can see. It's not an overly common form of aeration in Zambia. Most of it is done with paddle wheels, or even no aeration. So we're quite happy with the stocking density that we've achieved here so far with using this type of aeration. It seems to be working very well. We'll only know for sure when we harvest a few of these dams and compare the numbers and things like that. But for now, it's looking good. What I'm going to do is Sean will blow some feed for me, and then I'll go and we can have a look. Where do you want it, Ross? I think just down here. I think. Okay. Sorry. And these fish in this dam are the Niloticus, and the first dam we had were 3 spots. We have seen better growth with these ones than the 3 spots, but we also need to compare the market and things like that. Your Excellency, do you want to come and do it for us? Looks like a huge target. Yeah, it's got a huge target. There we go. One more. Thank you, Your Excellency. Okay, so Russell's going to try and catch a few. So if I can do it first. Where's your
How many seconds? But what do you gain about the market? I think another month. Within a month. You think these are the right size? Yeah, this is the right size.
So that what we would like to achieve is a high average size. So we have our bigger fish here are definitely ready, but the smaller fish maybe are too small from a yield point of view.
I think that's what a lot of people do is they'll net to take out the bigger stuff. So what we want to try and do is instead of doing that because every time you net it, I believe it's about 2 weeks worth of growth. So we'd rather take them a bit and then we harvest one time.
So I'm going to try and grab one and hopefully not get spined. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
These will be put on ice.
Yeah. So there we go. So this is probably slightly below average in this dam. Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's a good. Oh,
that one maybe.
Yeah. So we have a box ready for you there, which we'll fill with some of these, so you can
take
sample them.
You guys are invited.
Exactly. And then we have some.
So you stocked how many?
We stocked about 25,000 in this pond. That's probably the most difficult thing about intensive fish farming is the numbers. So the methods that any hatchery would use to count the numbers of fish are quite rudimentary. So it really is guesswork.
But it all depends on the aeration. The aeration
Exactly,
is
yes.
good enough.
Exactly, yes.
So for me, 25,000 and this 4 months.
This is about 5.5 months.
That's
Yes.
very good.
Yeah, it's very good. Being in the warm, being down here in the valley, the climate is very good. So we've seen very good growth all the way through winter. Yeah.
If we do it like this, go for the mouth.
There you go. Like exactly. There you go.
That way.
There you go.
Because you either you do this.
Yes. Yeah, then they're
Exactly.
extremely sharp.
There you
Oh,
go.
this is good.
There you go.
You're welcome.
There we go.
Okay.
And then this next dam is a lot smaller fish. So what we'll do, we'll feed here so you can have a look at how intense the feeding can be, how aggressive they are.
But this aeration system, you get it from where?
We'd imported it from South Africa, but the next time we do it, we'll do our own. You don't need to pay the extra money for importing. All you need to do is buy the aerators, and then the rest of it you can design yourself. It's definitely not complicated.
There are different methods.
Yes.
Yeah. This one has got very high
Oxygenation. Yes.
Yeah, oxygenation.
This definitely requires more management. So there's the pipes that are underneath here, the very small pipes get clogged, they get full of algae, so we need to take them off, clean them, things like that, change them, and also in time they start to break, so you'll need to replace them. So it's a bit more management than just a paddle wheel or no aeration, of course, but I think it's definitely worth it. We seem to get.
Apart from the technical challenges, of course, of being novices, like you have said, admittedly, so what other challenges are you facing in terms of equipment, in terms of feed?
Definitely the supply of fry. Fingerlings
yes.
is probably one of the single biggest challenges in terms of getting the correct fry, the best quality fry, the correct numbers. You know, obviously when we, like this particular pond, I think we stopped but the top dam we thought we had got 15,000 fish, but when we harvested we only removed 6,000. So there was a huge shortfall, and this is what Russell is saying with the rudimentary way of measuring. They just put fish in a bucket, they count it, and they weigh out. This is what we need to do with the fish count. As we are stocked, we know exactly that there's 1,000 or 10,000. Then you plan your feeding and all of that.
It's very difficult because you've got your 6 or 8 or even 12 months of period that you want to grow. To calculate the feed you need to use, etc. It all stems from the number of fish you have in your pond, of course. So so in the first dam we thought we had between 10 and 15,000. Therefore our feed was based on that many fish at an average size of whatever size they were at the time. The problem comes when you're short, you end up overfeeding and obviously spending more money on feed than you need to. So that's definitely the biggest challenge at the moment is quality fry and quality numbers of fry. Yes.
You don't have challenge with predators.
Kingfishers. When the fish are small, you find kingfishers like plenty.
Yeah.
I believe you can lose up to about 25% of your stock just from predation.
Yes.
So it's a big problem. So we actually want to do some trials on a pond where we cover with netting, and just understand if it's worthwhile doing that or not.
Human predators.
No, not that. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
I don't think
Let's
so.
carry on this side. Just by come walking here, you see them start to come. I think Russell will bring a little. Yeah, you see there. This pond is like 20,000. Now you'll see how aggressive it is.
These guys are still young and hungry. Full of energy, yeah. Exactly. These are about 4 months old. Yeah. But of course they were put in just before winter, so they've had the whole winter period. Most of their growth. These are probably 100. They're between 100 and 150 grams. Some smaller, some bigger.
So I think from the trials that we're doing, it's definitely a business that we need to expand. As I mentioned, and as you said, there's a huge deficit in the country. Let's carry on, Your Excellency. We're going to have a look at some at the top farm.
Where's your win? There's some areas of the farm are a bit sandy. Expensive, yes. Yeah. I can't see it. Oh yes. No, crocs. Now you see him getting on the water there. So these ponds haven't yet been filled. So the crocs can come on the street.
We do cow pit crocs with the pond in front of them. So easy feeding. Yeah, easy picking in the fish ponds. And the fish, as you see, when you walk there, they come like that. Even if you drive past the motorbike, you find the fish outside. As soon as I see a figure, that's Is it getting up and up?
Yeah, like one of these boxes, I won't sum it down to say it was 10 to 50 square meters.
And is there a lot of deaths?
We want to do that to be bigger, maybe these two blocks. Therefore we would need the we import 3 mixed.
Yeah, it's a worry. It's a big worry.
We mix ourselves. We get the powder, we mix. And we also use Novotec to use for different parts of the farm.
I see. You reckon? Okay, I think the group is small enough. Are we not? No, it's fine. I think the group is small enough. We're just going to walk down here so we can have a look at some shots. So we've got breeding facilities on the right. We become self-sustainable for our own egg production. Yes, yeah, we just collect directly from here. So we've got around 2,000 adult animals in the breeding facility. Yeah, about 10 or 15 pictures of natural dam. If you just look through the bush here, you'll see the bigger crops here. Yeah. 1,800 females, 300 odd males. The parents stock about 1,800 adult females and 200 odd adult males. Yeah. So what we do is our guys that collect eggs, the stock normally female will lay eggs in the same place every year. So our employees, they know where it is. You find the cross, you push it off, you harvest the eggs, they go into the incubator. And then the next day, same thing, it'll go to the week. Exactly, yeah. So if you look, sorry, it's not, yeah.
That one is fun.
If you look into the these animals are about 18 animals. What we call growers. So they've been in here since the end of last year. They'll be moved from this facility to the finishing facility starting anytime from October. When we free up space, that's how these will go in for production. So these are Y18. The stuff we looked at in the grading set was Y17. So these were born in 2018. So we've had very good growth on our import feed from South Africa. So we've had very good growth on that. It's now just to get the quality right for the market. Yeah. 2 years. From 24 months. Even it's more dependent on size, you actually see. So if they hit maybe 1 meter 20, 1 meter 30, that's when we start selling, because that's the size bracket that our farmers contacted to use. Anything from 23 centimeters to 32 centimeters daily. So 23 will be a meter 20 shot, maybe 1 meter. So that's it. They don't do much. They just enjoy the sun, eat and enjoy the sun. We can maybe walk a bit further actually so we can see some of the breeding stock. So they only breed once a year, starting end of August. End of August to yeah. And then they will collect for probably 2 months and then they're in front. And so there's a lot of fish. You can see this big one.
That one is big. So the big animals like this that are wild. But the wild is very limited feeding, so they grow much slower, whereas these being fed on the farm. When do they start being fed that one? No, a lot of this was caught on the Kafi River, Mala area, Lochinvar, that sort of stretch of river. Mala through to Iteshi, Chunga, Shimaponda, very good egg collection areas above Lake Tesh. Very big, very healthy crops in that area. Yeah. And that's good. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent. But when they die out of natural cause, because they come to the end of their lives, they are feasted upon by the...
Some will be feasted, others, if we find mortalities, we pull them out and then we bury them. Yeah. But you'll find a lot of fighting. From now, for the next month or 2 months, we'll get mortalities, maybe, especially the big males. You might get 5, 10 mortalities in a season. And they're very brutal. You find some, the jaws are broken. It's quite something. So, being a male.
There are people who are trained to do that. We have people who are trained to do it. You know, these are domesticated crocodiles. Even the ones in the wild, because these were caught from the wild. So the experts who know how to do that.
Oh, there's no...
Even the most vicious crocodile on the river, if it says that you can go and capture it, you can capture it. So they go.
Yeah, the big one. Yes, boy. The swimming.
Hello? Yes, sir.
Getting tired because of the wind.
That's your son?
Yeah.
Oh, he's very courageous.
Yeah, no,
He's very brave.
he likes the bush, he likes hunting,
Yes.
fishing. I think he's getting tired, he's not used to the wind. Maybe we'll walk up that side, Rex, and see, then we'll meet him that side if he picks it. So we actually started. Yeah, there's one small one, and you grab it behind the head. There's no problem. Yeah.
I'm gonna find one, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll organize. If we don't get one here, I'll organize one at the farm there.
It's going auntie.
He even comes. He puts up his tent here.
Oh, he
comes
does?
and camps by himself.
Wow.
The other day, he brought me on the pond at night, and we were fishing and trying to catch cod. It's a good place for him to grow up.
Yes, yes, it is.
Got a lot of space.
Yes,
freedom,
yes,
farm. Goes with his bicycle all over. We actually started with this pond with agriculture, but it was too. The shape was not good. It's too deep. So yeah, that's how we stopped. Yeah.
Too deep.
About 5 meters here.
Huh? Regular deep.
Oh, that's good. Since I've been running the farm with regard to the new Agreed. Quality is getting better, numbers are dropping, so that's the main focus now. Yeah, surprising. I thought obviously the cold.